Our next speaker is Dr. YAGOUB Ali GHANGI. His talk is titled Entrepreneurship, Education and Training, a Getaway Towards a Knowledge-Based and Diversified Economy in Qatar. Dr. YAGOUB, please take the floor.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank to WAS and thank to Ahlia University for giving me this opportunity to present my paper in this conference. The title of my paper is on the role of entrepreneurship education on creating a knowledge-based economy. Actually, it's an ongoing research. It's uncompleted yet, but I'll give you some outline on what I have done so far. The outline of the paper is introduction, research purpose, overview of Qatar economy, Qatar initiative to create knowledge-based economy, expansion of education, introducing entrepreneurship education, and the state of knowledge economy in Qatar. To start with introduction, as you all know, most of the Gulf countries, they depend heavily on oil. They depend to a large extent on their GDP, on their export, in their government budget on oil export, whatever the source of oil, petrol or gas or whatever. So Qatar, and as you know also, the prices of hydrocarbon and oil are very volatile. And the volatility of this oil price put the economy of this country at risk. And as you know, most of the GCC country now are suffering from the fluctuation of oil prices. Qatar is one of the economy that recognize the danger and the risk of depending on oil as the main source of income, main source of export, main source of budget. So they decided to diversify its economy by moving toward a knowledge-based economy, toward an entrepreneurial economy. So one of the strategies that was adopted and has been adopted by Qatar government is entrepreneurship education and training. So what I'm going to do in this research, I'm trying to see what they have done so far in entrepreneurship education, what the type of courses they have done, and what's the quality, what's the type of teaching they are using, and also how that entrepreneurship education and training has impacted on the state of knowledge economy in Qatar. In this table, I'm just giving you an idea about Qatar economy. As you can see, Qatar economy has achieved a great improvement in most, or great achievement in most of the macroeconomic indicator, whether in GDP or per capita income or physical balance or the rest of the things. So their performance has been very good. That until 2015. In order to diversify its economy, as I've mentioned before, Qatar has, in order to diversify its economy and create a knowledge-based economy, Qatar has invested large resources in improving its education services. So it has allocated more than 4% of its GDP for education service, and this is actually a very big percentage. 4% of its GDP as is allocated for education service. These resources are being used to improve both the quantity and quality of education. Number of education institutions has expanded rapidly, and number of students as well has expanded. So recently, many education and training institutions have been established, example of which includes Qatar Foundation, Education City, with its several campuses of major US university and EU university. Qatar Science and Technology Park is one of the institutions that had been established during this period. Doha Institute for Higher Education, in addition to Qatar University, the main national university in the state of Qatar, has witnessed a rapid expansion and great development. In this graph, I'm just show you the rapid change in the number of students. It has increased from 10,000 or a little bit higher than 10,000 students into about 30,000 students. This is actually a very large increment in the number of students in Qatar. If we look at it, we should not look at it in a separation of the size of population in Qatar. The size of population in Qatar is a very small country, and the size of population is around 2 million. So during this period, the number of students has expanded rapidly. One of the type of education that has introduced and has witnessed a large expansion is entrepreneurship education. In entrepreneurship education in United States and Europe, China has introduced during the period 1970 to 90s, but it was introduced in Qatar very recently in 2011. Qatar University is the oldest and the main national university, has taken the lead in introducing entrepreneurship education in its education program. And it was introduced as a minor specialization, as you see, as a minor specialization for undergraduate students at College of Business, and as separate topics and separate courses in other specialization. Entrepreneurship training also has expanded. Qatar University has established the Center for Entrepreneurship Education in order to spread the culture of entrepreneurship among students and to provide also courses to students of Qatar University and Qatar community at large. In order to fulfill its objective, the Center of Entrepreneurship Education launched many training programs to students, faculties, and staff of Qatar University. The most important institution that started to provide entrepreneurship training in Qatar is Development Bank, also the Qatar Foundation. So the question to be asked, has this attempt positively impacted on the state of knowledge economy in Qatar? And if the answer is yes, or if the answer is not no, so why? As you can see from this table, unfortunately, the state of knowledge economy in Qatar has not changed at all. To measure the state of knowledge economy, we used KEI, an index developed by World Bank. So as you can see, there is a slight changes, and sometimes there was a deterioration in some years, from 2012, 2008. So generally, there is no improvement at all in the state of knowledge economy in Qatar. Although there are a lot of money being invested in this field. As it can be seen from the table, although GCC countries are considered among the richest countries of the world in terms of GDP per capita, their ranking does not reflect their income. That's to say they have not succeeded in increasing or to improve their state of knowledge economy. For example, Qatar is considered as the second richest country of the world, but its ranking in terms of KEI is relatively low. Moreover, Qatar spends about 4% of its GDP on education and 1.5% of GDP on research, yet its ranking is low when compared to other countries. So this lead me to another question: why? This means that the investment in education as general entrepreneurship education and training has not caused its immediate impact on knowledge economy. One of the reasons could be the fact that the outcome of entrepreneurship education and training takes some time. It needs some time to be realized, to have its impact on the economy. So it will not going to have its immediate impact, so it will take some time. So since the entrepreneurship education is recently introduced, so we do not expect its impact to be realized immediately. So it will gonna take some time to have its full effect. Other justification or other explanation could be the inappropriateness of the entrepreneurship education and training. Further investigation is needed to get justification for this situation. Personal interview with concerned people may help in getting some answer for this question, and other methodology can be adopted, can be implemented, can be used in order to get some justification for this situation. Thank you.
Dr. YAGOUB, you said that also in Qatar you tried to employ entrepreneurship and you failed in the economy also. There is negative impact. And then our accountant who said that he succeeded, there is no positive impact. Now the question is why? Is it because everybody is talking about the solution through his perception?
The importance of entrepreneurship is well established at theoretical and applied level. As all of you know, entrepreneurship has succeeded in United States, in Western Europe, in Eastern Asia. But the story which we have told showing that it hasn't has its intended outcome. So that's why we need to explain why, because the program that has been applied is inappropriate, or because it is there are other factors that can contribute in the positive impact of this program. So actually, it's a complicated thing. It's not it's an easy process that can be explained with a one theory or something like that.
I have just quick two questions, for the Qatar entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Now, what type of projects you have in terms of entrepreneurship? And are you considering the franchising projects part of entrepreneurship and franchising, taking, you know, international brands from outside and bringing into Qatar?
Actually, I didn't research the entrepreneurial activity to know the level of entrepreneurial state in Qatar. What I have done, actually, I looked at the entrepreneurship education and training, and it is impact on knowledge economy. So I didn't go through seeing the entrepreneurial activity franchise could be considered. Most of the research or author, they consider franchise as part of it because it may involve new way of marketing, new way of designing, or new way of producing the good.
We would like to invite Professor Abdullah Al-Hawaj, Professor Mansour Al-Ali, and Professor Allam Ahmed to please come on stage to reward our speakers. Dr. YAGOUB ALI GHANGI.